The conversation of high school is over is never over. High school's never over because none of you ever learned anything in high school, and none of you ever learned anything in your life except for how to be right in everything based on what kind of money you have. So high school's never really fucking over, especially when we're watching influencer platform with a bunch of high schoolers who literally are the most disrespectful people we've ever seen in history, sit in our fucking faces and prance around a diamond fucking ring on some fake titty bitch in a bikini top to prove something about his fucking business while he then reports on a child's book and children's cartoons. So your ass sitting there telling us at high school this and high school, you're still in fucking high school, bitch. Some of you didn't even go to fucking high school. You don't even have any fucking intelligence as far as what, second grade? You can't even barely fucking read. You sure can read Persian though, can't you, Mona Vand? Slumming it looks a lot different these days in the form of a woman in a provocative dress while she giggles and laughs on a Pix 11 newscast that her fiance got her again. Meanwhile, they mess with the lives of young children and people who could barely put groceries on their table while they brag about what food's on their table. What part of that don't you fucking get? They're bragging about hiring a chef. They're bragging about clean dinner bullshit of the most expensive ingredients at the most expensive stores with the most expensive clothes. While she brags about a big ass diamond ring on her fucking finger while he tells everyone what a star she is. Well, none of you fucking say anything because it's all influence, you stupid fucks. All pushing an agenda in our fucking faces. So none of what you says makes any fucking sense. Kamala Harris, you literally hire the most wealthiest influencers to talk about the middle class, to pretend they're the middle class, using our tax dollars to influence it for your campaign, while stealing off of our tables to put in the rich's mouth. We're literally watching you act as if you're in high school. The white party is your fucking example. Every piece of content where you show up at a fucking gala is a fucking example, you stupid fuck. Meanwhile, you then teach more losers how to become famous by showing off their provocative bikini bodies and flirting with them on fucking camera so that you can look cool in front of all your friends. While not giving any real value. However, the people literally sitting on the other side, all they want is a 20-second minutes of fame because their looks are going to get them the fans and follows. So they can name drop you because your brand and image is filth. Literally what we're watching is the most dog shit and fucking history with the most disgusting, disgraceful, stupidest education that I've ever fucking seen. Dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen while I get community guidelines and these fucking dumb bitches who say eat clean get pushed into the spotlight where they hire someone to stage the food, stage the script, where they take on their California image to stand in front of New Yorkers and giggle. That's your star, Gary Vee. That's your fiance, Gary Vee. I'm so glad to have her by my side. Don't forget about all your kissing and hugging and your travels across the whole fucking globe. Literally the most grossest thing we've ever seen, but nobody seems to have an opinion because you're being brainwashed into joy and happiness. Well, that's really going to get your business far, isn't it? That's high school. You kissing on a woman in a video that then plays on Pix 11, that's high school. You literally are the biggest hypocrites we've ever seen, with nothing in it for anyone else except for your image and brand amongst the elite group. What part of that don't you get in the separation of classes, of socialism, of communism? Moronic people with nothing to fucking say. More glamorizing their fancy buildings, their fancy homes, their fancy clothes, their fancy food, their fancy friends, their fancy travel, their fancy. Look at how rich they are. All I have to do is open up Instagram. And don't forget about their fancy bodies. My body, my choice. All I have to do is open up and take a look at the high value of what women bring to the table. Look at what men love to look at. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's my filter. Look at how hot that is. Those tan lines are absolutely incredible. Take a look at that. That's a definite Mona Van wannabe. All she's got to do is find a Gary Vee to put a ring on it. He'll get her brand deals. He'll kiss with her on camera in California, do it in Paris, hold her hand and say, babe. And then he'll be in love, a new form of love that doesn't exist. So you can destroy the lives of relationships so that you and Ginger Beloved and Peg Moore can run off into the sunset. So that you can be joyous and happiness, rolling around in your money, missing out on your life, but you think you're winning because look at how hard you're working. Look at how hard you're working. Wow, sitting in front of another group of sick people, teaching them more sick behavior about kindness and happiness, where they literally use it as a tool to cover up the truth about who they actually are. All they have to do is learn how to pretend. And then viciously behind the scenes, play the game of the elite Mona Vans. And then they're in like Flynn. Don't forget their fiancés and their boyfriends to fuel the way to tell them how beautiful they are. All they got to do is post about it. Cry about it, be victims about it, and proclaim to be the wonderful next big break. Go fuck yourselves, all of you. You're nothing more than filth. I literally prove it with every post, how literally you offer nothing. You literally offer absolutely nothing. It's absolutely incredible to me that you would even take a look at what Kamala Harris has to say. It's like watching a high school principal, or maybe it's a high school coach. Might want to take a look at his track record, pun intended. China lies about everything, caught him in some lies. Now you get a Tranny to talk smack about J.D. Vance, but it's very clear when you watch that person that showed up to him in Usha's wedding that thing, who's supposedly a lawyer, has some major mental illness. Some major mental illness. However, they will scrounge the bottom of the barrel to find anything that they can find on these innocent men and women of the Republican Party who've never done anything in their life except for help Americans. So you want to say something about him living in California? Hold up. So? It's all about intention. It's all about in who you are as a person, not in what you've done. If you're working with good people, that means you're a good person, doesn't it? Just because you were involved in techie, making billions? Hold up now. I thought you were a business person there, J.D. Vance. So I guess now they're twisting words. It's called a word salad. We're not in high school anymore. Well, you sure do act like we're in fucking high school, don't ya? Because every piece of my content proves that you all work within high school walls. Yet your high school wasn't good. Your high school was nasty. Your high school was bad. Because you didn't give a shit about anything except about being popular, while I worried more about how my test scores were going to be. Because I actually gave a shit about knowledge. That's why I am the person I am today.